Once again, it's a privilege to be welcomed into your homes. Today we are reading from 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1 to 4, 11 to 12, 19, then 23 to 27. David returned from his defeat of the Amalekites and spent 2 days in Ziklag. On the third day, a man came from Saul's camp with his clothes torn and dirt on his head. Going to David, he fell to the ground in homage. David asked him, "Where do you come from?" He replied, "I have escaped from the camp of the children of Israel." "Tell me what happened," David bade him. He answered that many of the soldiers had fled the battle, and that many of them had fallen and were dead, among them Saul and his son Jonathan. David seized his garments and rent them, and all the men who were with him did likewise. They mourned and wept and fasted until evening for Saul and his son Jonathan, and for the soldiers of the Lord of the clans of Israel, because they have fallen by the sword. Alas, the glory of Israel, Saul, slain upon your heights. How can the warriors have fallen? Saul and Jonathan, beloved and cherished, separated neither in life nor in death, swifter than eagles, stronger than lions. Women of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet and in finery, who decked your attire with ornaments of gold. How can the warriors have fallen in the thick of the battle, slain upon your heights? I grieve for you, Jonathan, my brother. Most dear have you been to me. More precious have I heard love for you than love for women. How can the warriors have fallen? The weapons of war have perished. The news of Saul and Jonathan's death reaches David at a moment when he could have felt vindicated. Saul, who had hunted him relentlessly, is gone. Yet David's response is not triumph, but grief. He tears his garments, weeps and fasts and mourns, not only for Jonathan, whom he loved deeply, but also for Saul, the Lord's anointed and the king of Israel. David's lament reveals the depth of a heart formed by God. He refuses to reduce Saul to his failures. Instead, he honors Saul's role and remembers the good he brought to Israel. In doing so, David teaches us that holiness is shown not only in how we treat our friends, but in how we speak of those who have wounded us. At the center of the lament is Jonathan. Your love to me was wonderful, surpassing the love of women. This is not romantic love, but a covenant friendship marked by loyalty, sacrifice, and truth. Jonathan stood by David when doing so, placed him at odds with his own father. True friendship reflects God's own faithfulness. David's lament also reminds us that grief is a sacred art. He gives sorrow a voice through poetry and prayer, refusing to rush past pain. In honoring the dead, David allows God to shape his future leadership with humility and compassion. Dear friends, we are invited to ask, can we grieve honestly without letting bitterness take root? Can we honor the dignity of others, even those who hurt us, while entrusting justice to God? Shalom. Peace.